I love a good story. So does my little boy. He loves to read. And so we'll open a book and we'll read through this short story, and he finds so much joy from it. And we enjoy that as people, right? We like to see those stories play out. Well, God, the Father, is a master storyteller. This whole thing that we're looking at is his story of redemption. That's what we're studying together this month, looking forward to the coming Messiah. Now, yesterday we looked at how God foretold the Messiah's story with a dress rehearsal through the obedience of his people. In this amazing story of Abraham and Isaac and the foretelling of the Father and the Son and redemption, it ends in today's text with a promise. Genesis chapter 22, verses 15 through 18 is God again giving a promise to Abraham, and now specifically through Isaac. Let's look at that text and see what it says. It says, "Then the angel of the Lord called to Abraham a second time from heaven and said, 'By myself I have sworn,' declares the Lord." See, this is all on God, 100% God's plan. "By myself I have sworn, declares the Lord, because you have done this thing and have not withheld your son, your only son. Indeed, I will greatly bless you. I will greatly multiply your seed as the stars of the heaven and as the sand which is on the seashore. And your seed shall possess the gate of their enemies. And in your seed all the nations of the earth shall be blessed, because you have obeyed my voice." Not only did God promise to provide the sacrifice needed, but he promised to multiply Abraham's descendants. Like the stars in heaven and like the sand on the seashore. That is an incomprehensible number. I mean, that is huge. Can you look up and count the stars on a clear night? No, it's impossible. When you're at the beach, right, if you pick up a handful of sand, you can't even imagine how many pieces of sand are in your hand, let alone how many are spread across the entire seashore. That's what God tells Abraham his descendants are like. And then verse 18 helps us understand, all the world will be blessed through your descendant, Abraham. That's Christ. So through Abraham's seed, through Isaac now, comes the promised one, the Messiah that comes through this line to bless the world, to bless people from all nations. You see, Jesus Christ is the promised descendant. You can read Acts chapter 3 and Galatians chapter 3, and you can break apart your New Testament and you can see how Christ fulfills and is the promised seed that saves every different nation. And so God's promise was through Abraham's line would be one coming that would bless all the nations of the earth. Now, Christmas is the celebration of that promised descendant. We're looking at this all month leading up to the coming of Christ, because Christ is the promised sacrifice and Christ is the promised one to come and bless the nations. Merry Christmas.